Are you looking for a video on how to divide whole numbers? Then this video is right for you. So, without much further ado, let's begin. Hi, my name is Rowel Carpio, a math teacher and a coach, and I do math tutorial in my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to present to you how to divide whole numbers. So how do we divide whole numbers? In dividing whole numbers, we can follow the steps given below. 1. Divide the first digit of the dividend by the divisor. If the divisor is larger than the first digit of the dividend, use 2 or more digits of the dividend to be divided by the divisor. Number 2. Write the partial quotient above the dividend. Number 3. Multiply the partial quotient and the divisor and write the product under the dividend aligned starting from the digit with the highest placed value. Number 4. Subtract the product from the dividend and write the difference under the product. Number 5. Bring down the next digit of the dividend and write it after the last digit of the difference. Number 6. Divide the result in step 5 by the divisor. If the divisor is larger than the result in step 5, use 0 as the partial quotient. And number 7. Repeat from step 2 until all the digits in the dividend have been brought down. So let us have examples. We have here sample number 1. Divide 582 by 2. So in dividing numbers, we can use this symbol. So inside the symbol is our dividend and outside is our divisor. So the first step is for us to divide our divisor to the first digit of our dividend. Now, since our dividend is greater than the divisor, so we can just simply use our first digit, 5. So, we have to count how many 2's can we get from 5. We can only get 2. So, therefore, our partial quotient is 2. After that, we are going to multiply our partial quotient 2 to our divisor 2. So 2 times 2 will give us 4 and we are going to write the product below the dividend. But of course, we are not going to write the product 4 below the ones digit of our dividend. Instead, we are going to write it below the digit 5 of our dividend. And then we are going to subtract our product from the dividend. So 5 minus 4 will give us 1. After that, we are going to bring down the next digit. So the next digit after the 5 is 8. So we have to bring this down and we are going to write it after the digit of our difference. So 1 and 8 will form 18. And then we are going to divide this 18 by our divisor 2. So 18 divided by 2 will give us 9. So we are going to write our quotient above our dividend. So 9 times 2 will give us 18. So we are going to write it here, 18, and then we are going to subtract. So 8 minus 8 is 0. So 1 minus 1 is also a 0. Next is we are going to bring down the next digit. So we are going to bring down the 2 and we are going to write it after the last digit of the difference. So we have 2. So since these two zeros have no values, either we can just erase them. After that, we can now divide this 2 by our divisor 2. So 2 divided by 2 will give us 1. 1 times 2 will give us 2. So 2 minus 2 will give us 0. Since we don't have any other digits to bring down, so therefore we are done with our division process. So in other words, that when we divide 582 by 2, it will give us a quotient of 291 with a remainder of 0. Now let us check whether our answer is correct. So when we check whether our answer is correct or not, we have to use the opposite of division, which is multiplication. So we are going to multiply our quotient 291 and our divisor 2. So 2 times 1 will give us 2. 2 times 9 will give us 18. So 8 regroup 1. And 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 will give us 5. And then plus our remainder 0 will give us 582. If our result is the same as the dividend, so therefore our answer is correct. So let us proceed to number 2. We have here, divide 1,525 by 5. The first step is for us to divide the first digit of our dividend by our divisor. Since the divisor is larger than the first digit of our dividend, so therefore, we have to use the first two digits of our dividend, which are 1 and 5, to give us 15. So we have to count how many 5 can we get from 15, and it will give us 3. And then we're going to multiply our initial quotient and our divisor. So 3 times 5 will give us 15. 5 minus 5 is 0. 1 minus 1 is also a 0. And then we are going to bring down the 2. Okay, next. We are going now to divide 2 by 5. Since our divisor is larger than our dividend 2, so we have to use 0 as our partial quotient. So 0 times 5 will give us 0. And then we can now subtract. 2 minus 0 will give us 2. And then we are going to bring down our last digit, which is 5. This time we have now 25 divided by 5 to give us 5. And then 5 times 5 will give us 25. And then we are going to subtract, and it will give us 0. Now, since we don't have any more other digits to bring down, so therefore we are done with our division process. So this time we are going to check whether our quotient is correct or not. We are going to multiply 305 times 5. So 5 times 5 will give us 25. So 5 regroup 2. 5 times 0 is 5 plus 2 is 2. 5 times 3 will give us 15. And then we are going to add our remainder 0. So plus 0 will give us 1,525, which is the same as our dividend. So therefore, our quotient is correct that when we divide 1,525 by 5, it will give us 305. And then finally, we will proceed to our sample number 3. So we have here, divide 1,743 by 12. So again, we are going to divide our first digit of our dividend by our divisor. Since our divisor is larger than the first digit of our dividend, so therefore we have to use the first two digits, which are 1 and 7, to give us 17. So we have to count how many 12s can we get from 17, and we can only get 1. So 1 times 12 will give us 12. 7 minus 2 will give us 5. So 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. So we don't need anymore to write the digit 0. And then we are going to bring down the next digit, which is 4. So next, we have to count now how many 12s can we get from 54. We can get 4 of 12 from 54. So 4 times 12 will give us 48. So 4 minus 8 cannot be, so we have to regroup the 5. 5 will become 4, and the 4 will become 14. And 14 minus 8 is equal to 6. And then we are going to bring down the last digit, which is 3. Now, 63 divided by 12 will give us 5. So 5 times 12 will give us 60. And then 3 minus 0 will give us 3. So since we don't have any more other digit to bring down, so therefore we are done with our division process. Therefore, our quotient is 145, remainder 3. So let us check whether our answer is correct or not. So we are going to multiply 145 times 12. So 2 times 5 is 10, 0, regroup 1. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. 2 times 1 is 2. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. Okay, and then we are going to add our partial products. 0 plus 0 is 0. 9 plus 5 is 14. So 4 regroup 1. 4 plus 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. And bring down 1. And since we have a remainder of 3, so we are going to add our remainder 3. So 3 plus 0 is 3. And then we are going to bring down 4, 7, and 1 to give us 1,743, which is the same as our dividend. So therefore, that our quotient is correct, that when we divide 1,743 by 12, it will give us 145 remainder 3. So there you have it, how to divide whole numbers. I hope that you have learned and enjoyed watching this video. See you again in my next video. Thank you.